Now, your Alaska Link weather for Juneau and Southeast.
Our final days of January are ahead of us, and we are going to stay with some changing weather conditions. Now, we are watching that a southerly system is going to be lifting into the panhandle. It is going to bring heavy rain possible to the southern panhandle, but what we are watching is that to the north, where there's been very active weather conditions to the north and west with a very warm plume, we are seeing that that is moving off into the south, and that cold air that is sinking into mainland Alaska is also going to bring impacts across the panhandle. And we will see that that's going to change over our precipitation type by the middle of the week. So we will transition from more of a rain to a snow mix to then also deal with some falling temperatures that will bring us to teens for highs underneath some sunshine for our first weekend of February. So a changing winter pattern here is taking hold. Now, for our high tide here Tuesday, we are dealing with it just after midnight at 12:46 and again just after that lunch hour there at 12:07. We will roll into the day noting that temperatures are still just hovering, potentially mild enough in some of our valleys to be able to stay with more of a rain snow mix, as we still have temperatures hovering from about 35 to 40 degrees in the Juneau area. So staying with the mix, but as we look at the precipitation potential, a lot of the strongest activity is going to be to the southern panhandle. We can see where there is going to be a zone there of that moisture lifting in from the south, but a frontal system here or shortwave from the north is going to keep that moisture contained to the south and allow for that cooler air to sink in. We'll also have another weak wave that is going to lift into our Wednesday that will keep some scattered snow showers around throughout the day, allowing for some light accumulation. But we can see that precipitation has that heaviest accumulation to the southern panhandle, where even upwards of 2 inches of accumulation is possible from Petersburg to the south. Now, there are some of those half-inch markers to inch markers to the north, but much of the northern panhandle is going to be dealing with more snowfall accumulation, where we are noting at least a couple inches of accumulation. We might still have a little bit of that mix over at times for, again, some of our more valley spots down to sea level, where it's going to take a bit to overcome some points of dry air, as well as seeing that transition due to temperatures moving in. But at least by about Wednesday, should we have more of that transition over to mostly snow showers, where we do note the panhandle getting at least some light accumulation. We are holding to now just over 8 hours of daylight, as we are gaining more than 4 minutes per day. 8:09 is our sunrise and 4:12 is our sunset, where temperatures are starting to show that cooling. Now, sitting around the mid-30s to the low 40s is a bit more seasonable for this time of the year, but we are going to head below normal. We'll start to see some of that cooling start to push its way in there Wednesday, and then by Thursday, Friday, we'll really feel that cool air start to push its way in. And then our first weekend of February, we do have some beautiful blue skies to work with, but we are going to need those winter layers.